The pandemic brought jury trials in Colorado to a halt for several months. Can't get much social distance in a courtroom, let alone a jury box. But defendants, they've got a constitutional right to those trials, so the court system in Denver and elsewhere around our state is now issuing summonses to jurors once again, promising protection against the virus in the courtroom. Today I spoke with Denver's Chief Judge Michael Martinez about how they can balance health and justice. Our case count is on the rise, our rates are on the rise, and we're seeing more public health restrictions, not less. Why is this the time to have people back in courtrooms?
Well, I want to make sure that we're clear that we are being attentive to the public health concerns. And when people come into jury service now, what they'll find is a completely different experience, Kyle, than what they had in the past.
Smaller jury pools with mandated spacing and sanitization. You could get called for jury service now, and with only a few weeks' notice, too.
Our system doesn't work without their participation, and we will do all our best to keep them safe.
If you're at high risk for COVID-19 or you're caring for someone who is, you can use your one annual postponement that anyone can request for any reason.
We understand that there are some folks who are not able to serve under these circumstances, and we recognize and appreciate that, and we will honor that.
Denver's Chief Judge Martinez and his colleagues have immense individual control of their courtroom, so it's really up to them what happens if someone inside catches COVID-19, a juror or an attorney or a witness.
If something were to happen of that nature, all our judges are experienced, and they understand that there would be a matter that they would have to address. And so typically it would be on a case-by-case basis.
Mask wearing will be the rule. But in a place where faces are constantly being scrutinized for honesty, Chief Judge Martinez says he expects that there are going to be legal arguments about who wears a mask and when. One option, he said, would be court participants wearing face shields instead of masks. Imagine that look. If you're called for jury duty, do not expect a health screening or a temperature check for fever at the door. The judge explained to me that there are constitutional issues about having to allow people to enter a courthouse. You can see more of that in my full, unedited interview with the Chief Judge. It's on the next YouTube channel.